It's everyone. Thank you for the patience. I had the sound issues. The other issues are record. I'm meeting on Zoom. And that is the same on the requirement. Is that right, Mr. Please, the right folks, yes. Is that right, Mr.
Yes, sir.
According to both of these laws, I'm saying we're going to proceed to a legal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very good. Any questions about it? Yes. What we do, the recording and the recording will be available at some point on YouTube, channel 16, so on and so forth. Which now allow to. Let's proceed. We now have 5, those that are given the patients. Okay. First mention that cell phone, you participate, you get the platform is going to go down the there's a time on the there is a police and iPhone which are out at the time. Then we display on the video screen, the units, we have everything, and more items to it's there. And so what you can do all alcohols, yes, what you can you and thank you for what those going in their life. And I think thank you again.
Let's so we got Harvey. He should be over here.
Mr. Harvey,
So
the time being here. Thank you very much. Yes,
nobody else is on.
it's on. You can try to make it while we the folks in person. If you have not, we'll have to call.
Okay.
There's a folks in the front, South District. Well, this is that is work. Yeah, the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey.
Okay.
That's one of the highways. The environment, the next, your house, and this, bid out, so. Yeah, that's all they are from the, out of that ground. So, this visit will talk about the.
All the next thing is on through. Long as the city council support. That's why we can't get that first one. The city. Yeah, last week there was just doesn't stand, I was that seat that got the, got the flower day. Every year, it's a, financial, it's a one page, basically, and since there were 120 journal entries, journals, nothing, there's no listening, the Bible, how much, what were the amounts, where did they get from, where did they proceed? What were the names of the towns other than just a comparison? You know, that's the piece that's funny. There will be some, see, and then down the line, it goes into that, and we develop, three different budgets based on whether or not you have those things back. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, this one, here's a, August, like that. We've been asked a lot of things, a lot of came out of the city for the money. And we got done all this time. Started where, and now why? That, if you even had COO, from here, getting how we were sitting those frames, and how we were being monitored from, and asking for that, you should pay, local grants for that. I was just asking that is still not. And yet, before Christmas, finally, the city manager was asked by the grandfather to turn down the comment a $5 million no match grant for Alabama. She had to go to there and to this property. And yet, one person has got this thing billions and no match grants, but they still don't be paid. If you got hiring on, a new project manager, slotting the environment, which generates contract that we have already done the millions. Thank you. Sorry. Trade and portions of this all is in the pitch. As long as they are wrong, with that, enough. I think, when I go find them, make sure working those signs, running version of student. That's right, they learn so I do education stuff up. That's being upstairs and we can say, who is responsible for that? Somebody's responsible for the property, right? And the next thing is, here's the out of what's the that was something that I don't know there was a lot. And you got to go on a little fire thing. Just to get something to get out of and also, when that is what we have, those that are new, kids today, so when it gets past, I don't know, I hear in my and my last is, when they clear that, we discussed about speak about Water Street, these forward, it's forward, it's starting to get ridiculous. Now it's going to be third time, it's going to be worse. I mean, they It's not, they don't roll those stuff. But it's a lot of discipline about this. They also like saying, the modified change, taking care of issues, gosh, and stuff like that. And the cause probably illegally. I really appreciate that. That's all I have. Thank you. Thanks, John Mullis. Well, how you think that was regulated. There. They ought to go on the central school building. They are putting thing out there. Out there, getting correction. Streets, you got many streets down here, when you see trees, you got 40 of leaves on the street. That's terrible. Somebody from this, just look at how we're talking about all the old, other than some grass. I have to go. I got to wait to get home. That my family makes it really worse. And I've asked them before. Somebody needs to get off with them. Get with the state of Texas and stuff to clean all the rain. It's terrible. It's terrible. You call this the gateway to the city. You know that first you go to Sanders, you hang them right that they were printing in. The whole road was cleared with garbage, trash, trees, everything. It's terrible. And nobody here, nobody in the city of Marque. I mean, you have a code enforcement officer. You're not going to company out that. But I'm sure y'all can do somebody with this to clean the city up. Man, get rid of them. Hire you right now. That's all I have to say. City looks terrible. How many of y'all go into the speak today and turn over here to church's chicken fat? You got a Ford F1 or 350 truck and no tire sitting on the ground. I mean, come on, if they're forced to go see that, they can't have it for them. That's what they're supposed to be doing. None of this is getting done. Another thing, I'm going over here today to get some complaints for us because I have a list of properties. This one right here, 1902 Secret, the worst one. You walk out this front door and all you see is garbage. You have zoning violation, you have parking violations, you have dismantling autos over there, you have motors on the ground, you have everything. Why can't y'all do that up? That's what I'm looking for. Why can't y'all do that up? Why need somebody that's complaining about how dirty the city is to get something done? Why can't these people take it upon themselves and start cleaning things? They got things down here. You can't talk to them. I try to finish with it. I just want to let you know. I'm disgusted about how this thing looks. You know, I really need to do something about it. And I think I'm always going to solve my you say you try to talk to her and I just never say well, I'm sitting there, what that is called that. Wonderful. Get here, put it on here and ask for some forms. Okay, so that I can write one thing. I worked for the city out for 25 years. I was in code enforcement over there for 9 years. And if I didn't see something on the bank, but most of all, I rolled in the windows halfway down every day in that city vehicle. And this was songs, cameras, everything, and that's how I found things out, you know. These people that y'all have, they just drive, they think the city of Marque has plenty of money, and they're not doing that. Thank you.
Brandon Kentucky. What was Brandon?
Brandon Kentucky. And the same, yeah. Code was, that's my next deal. We're taking care of the stuff that the records request. I get information, hopefully, I'm gonna talk some. Of course, you gotta ask the right questions. So there's no like, the answers unless you really try. So, saying, so we're gonna have a judicial review, on the attorney general's, um, particularly, what he was talking about, and 108, that talks about different criminal investigations, the current adjudication, blah, blah, blah. All our records are micrometers of noise limits violations. They're administrative, they're not criminal in nature. They should know that. No argument. Anyways, we got 30 days, and the time to take it on ruling. Request judicial review, challenge it. Why not wait 13 days for folks and host it 4B email from the attorney general? I mean, 13 in my 30 days. That's a little bit of a problem. That's even have to come. Try to say, oh, wait up. I start getting over requests in life. I try to speak to one time more. Then we have time to do it. That's right. I mean, sorry. It'll be, and that's what's happening. Yes, I put a lot of pressure on them. We're working to this. We're going to get to the bottom. We'll see where it's filled. There is some. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for having me out. Be ready to put it open to get solved. That one, 2 months back, that's it. Maintain my level 3. Thanks.
Thank you, Brandon. Stay with them.
I'm sure you know, we have a capital security board in this meeting, so I'm not going to add to that. They said, I want to, publish your priorities in this city. You got people and marketing and a lot of tension. Here we talked about that before, but I want to just kind of help you pull on one thing, and that is what in my request I talk about for the old folks. What I mean by that is when you make a decision on how to play ball, you can say how you operate, the way you process the ball, and all that kind of stuff. You got to remember, this town is full of old folks that don't have these mindful to fight the problems. They have to defer to you all the young and stronger and you're quicker to get injured. I want to encourage you always remember that whatever you do, people that can afford the least or who take the hardest is going to be the ones that are going to complain with things like your old folks, my folks, our neighbors, our friends, they're in their 80s, 90s. When you raise classes or you let the water rates go up or you do the street dirty and the lights are on, that's a problem. Okay? They don't know what to do. then what we say, we're hoping that what we say comes to take care. So whatever you are considering a decision, ask yourself, is this going to make life harder here for the old folks, or is it going to make it easier? Is it going to make them proud to be here still? And you are the big breakaway. They are. They are forward to inspire you and to do your absolute best to aspire to whatever place within you. And that's what you're, you know, you've got all your complexity of it, all application, but just let that be the false start. Let's make this thing easier to live in. For the old folks who've been here a long time, and they're trusting, and they're allowed to do that. Just always remember that. And I appreciate your consideration. All right. So, yeah, first thing, as a member of KLMC, we like to know where our money is, right? That's one. I've been asking for, I ain't got it. So, council, city manager, I like to get that, right? Two, public works. We gotta stop people doing a lot of things to stuff around here. Because I know this is the day that the guy know that, piece of equipment on our place, not like that is a safety hazard, right? So it's hard to do. These guys are 30 years shadow, they was in there, and have them go to some training. What I saw the other day, and it was so ironic that I just left that exact same training class, and then I brought but they got these guys like that track, that was for the outside one of the struck, so they were safe, right? And I'm not saying that anybody spoke up money is awareness, so you're not getting nobody fired. You don't know, you just don't know, right? So we fix that. Two, so what this means when they get off these roads and not release this feedback and even sinkhole, what people call the modern hole, that's a problem. It's just that called sloppy work, right? There's no excuse for that. But I'm in our truck and I want to in the truck. So that needs to be not done again. Two, I heard something mentioned about the gender package and things not being in every time I go and look whenever the council meeting, I click on to see what's being the inside of the package, not just what so I don't know if that was you know, misconstrued or whatever, but it's there. I see all the time. I have back when you see all that it was inside the package. The council y'all need to say that. So they have some TV y'all already just studied, so we got to go back and forth be there all night, right? That's why I should be relaxed. You know, like I'm talking to you. And you can be home when you get there. Because he was tired of y'all not any activations don't work. But now we sweat. We sweat in the back. Taxpayers need that activation. I remember here in the back of the back for this way to have activation. Come on, man. We got a lot of problems in this area. And there's a lot more getting done. I think that's too, right? Complaint competition, that's ain't gonna be right. Right. So, yeah, that's why I'm in the city. And I ride along every day. Yeah, I know it already.
What's that? Are the engineers? Mr. Marque, can you hear us?
Yes, can y'all hear me?
Okay, please.
Can y'all hear me?
Mr. Marque,
Right here. I'm unmuted. Can y'all hear me?
again.
Can y'all hear me?
That's the only question.
Can you hear me?
Well, he can, write the rules, you can read it or whatever. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, who are here in person. Uh, as always, compliment you, sir, and we had others resolved to issue thanks for participating in the local government. Item 60 business. Item presented conflict for discussion and possible actions of one board under the old student music. That 008 granting the right of way respect to valuable LLC, taking various findings and providing for an update. This is the first reading. I will bring up now, they're here, the council wants to hear from. Did you want to say anything or do you want to vote? All right, then, any questions, then it's not. We'll be there for a vote. Still going to the the second, and from discussion. Then I will call and vote on in favor. That is. What's the way, council? Think of people on this level, 009. Then the other one from C4, interstate commercial to L1, like multiple for tracking land, that is plus minus 3.942 acres of land, situated down to a survey after 50,000 pounds, and then how close is the road and the how to ensure something about done. Texas according to the map of the area reported the bottom makes one page 560,000 deep records. And being out of the north of the 7307 down to that 2157 track described as step one. In relation to the Texas City real company reported that the Austin Clerks filed in the 201600534 20264 ID number 70002. This is purchased by Government Services. It sounds like several we saw property that it is all by the Texas Railroad. Is it one? I'm sorry. I forgot twice. The economic, the market, and the I'm trying to stop the now. This property is in the market, conversion. There's over 5 feet of old, one golf course area. Questions on that, or we take that question? Any further? Okay, I'm going to all the videos. All security, resolution number of RST, services, approving the area spreading of mosquitoes by Johnson County Mosquito Control District and required on the basis of the federal aviation administration. I want to take off. Are we the style that's are we the mosquito apparatus that we have apparatus? Yes, I'm not for sure. Because of funding. Any further questions? Have a question of the day. That's all. You know, just have funding. We are several different values that we define chemicals and performing that. In addition to what that was the county has been doing, is that's one of those areas we pull back. And is there cost associated with letting we're doing this point out there right now? So
been saying is this. I do not know, you know, I know I did not complaints because it's about. I'm sorry, when they start, you still get back to what the plan for that. Are we not gonna have, students, you know, purchase until August, I think it's what it's planned for. I'll need to talk to Shannon about what the plan is right now. We're letting Galveston County, it has the equipment in house and they do it for free. We work, that's, we were doing a great job, so yeah, we would do.
I'd like to get everything to supplement, but again, I would like to break down what this is 2 years now. And I'd like to have an idea of what is the cost associated with the utilization of this device, right? There may be some other resources, but we do need that.
Yes, sir. And we're going to need any extra person, you know, to do that at some point already hired. It's a.
Yeah. The see complications, even if it's on, we don't necessarily have to sound like we're going to be saying, have that on the schedule. Yeah, as much as we have to have it, available on an emergency basis. There's some sort of, infestation of mosquitoes, at periods of time for days, not necessarily had, just been scheduled, treatment. That's it. Like, any further discussion on item 16? Take a call the question all in favor. Aye. Any opposed? 6-4. Resolution number, line issue, 2-007. Finding that Texas Mexico Power Company's application to change rates within the city should be denied. Are there any motion? The second, and any discussion on this? Take a call for the vote, all those in favor. Aye. Any opposed? 6-5, resolution number R-2-026-0008, suspending the proposal measure of payments to resources for the aids and foreign entity, to implement interim, third-grade assessment, whereas utility investment. Yes, sir.
Is somebody explain to me what that is?
Yes, Center for Energy files a request, to raise customer bills. This is for, investment into gas infrastructure, natural gas infrastructure, and I believe it is included on the second page, the correct adjustment letter actually, on the second page, is a table where you will see the, effects of customer bills. The average, the average residential customer, is, we'll see an increase of $2.47. Now this is just suspending. The second thing on top of it is suspending the. Okay, thank you.
Residents. This issue of utility companies. And after the legislature, to permit them to recover infrastructure cost is out of control and that didn't. This impacts citizens in their seniors and those with fixed incomes with regard. I'm on the board of several nonprofit groups. This is our biggest request, utility assistance. If you don't have funding, unfortunately, it's available on a consistent basis. And so I urge all of us to reach out to people dealing with things. Stay up, stay clear, to say to them, folks, take control of these people for life. It's not my conversation.
Thank you. Any further comments? We have a motion to second on the floor. Call the question. Sounds like we have our two there also. Let's get out of this. That's 6-6. RFQ 26-02. awarding contract to manage services as advertised in the RFQ 56-0003. So council, so you that is, we were given, one, two, three, four, five, six, is that right? Six different submissions to, to the, RFQ for the city manager recruitment services, also known as the city manager search committee. Consulting firms using. There are six houses. I was inclined tonight to, vote for one. All inclined to narrow down the jury if we want to have at least a Zoom conversation with. What's our pleasure? Before we get this, because then we have directions and we can get this kind of tone. But, so everyone's
The comment on my part is that they're all very carefully. I recognize the security of the district city manager, challenges that you have on the finance side. So, but number one is the process I use. I limited the highest amount that was in here. That's what's not within my reach. By the same token, if you're looking at the least expensive one, like one, two. So, I'm ready to proceed with any of those in between those two eliminating. And I don't, they're all appear to be competent. They all have references that incorporate into the documents over there, and local communities as well. And that's all my point of.
I mean, running, in that system, your contribution. Or you, plan to narrow it to three tonight and down for the stand for it to see if how we get out, then, we have more comfort level, for one on the other. And this is the first outcome. And I'm talking to them, talking about. Or we trying to move forward with more.
That follow if they could. There was work companies in here and I was looking at that had a fixed rate. And I was going to get a fixed rate because I'm not inclined to then remind you, when I say fixed rate, it's for their services. And all of them incorporated very clearly that it would be the city's responsibility to pay for any travel to hotels that's associated with any fine skin. That's pretty consistent with the first. We've done that in the past. So, one of the groups with the fixed rate, I'm comfortable with the fixed rate because the other incorporated that's hard when I was a kid. You know, I think we fixed it out here, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just think that's what I heard.
Well, I would like to, discuss it.
And have a for, Zoom, interviews on it.
So we, I would say, we're ready to,
Please do them. It's not yet, but, okay. And then, that helps, cross that, now we have to decide on the two or three.
I think, since we have, I have six, there's six.
So we'll have three, let's have.
So the two that you're gonna send about the highest and the lowest. Yeah. I think, and
So that's the highest.
the lowest, that's just four. Yeah.
Well, I will go along with that. What I want to say, though, is be clear, be crystal clear. I do understand the crunch, and I do respect that, what that person is saying. I want to be clear, that as we navigate these, there is a company, this is a UTC, they speak to, actually having um, visiting with us and staying on with us for 6 months to either do something like a 6 month evaluation of the city manager position that they would help us do. Now, doesn't matter, I can go with the field. What I'm saying, that's to say, that if that was something that we were interested in, that would be something that they would be willing to offer. Don't have, doesn't have to be, but perhaps that's something that the public finance would know. However, I do believe that we got to look at the funds, so that like we're going to say, that's that the
Not exactly one of the best, right?
yeah, this one is the most statistics is that there's 3,000, and then those services that allow as far as companies walk through a 6 month evaluation. So it's a pretty good. But again, my point was not to persuade or lobby anyone. I would good with the degree. My point was to talk to the public to say this is we got a range from someone this level of support, which is a lot more, down to someone who's system support, which is more responsibility and work will be on our community. Full stop, that's all for us. 50,000 people don't live. Energy tables from top, Tiora, is that how you say it? Tiora, you say you just recognize, you don't know. Tiora is bottom, that leaves us with 4, ladies and gentlemen. Veteran Day, Nala, DMC, Consulting, WBC, excuse me, proposal, I guess that's what they are. And Michael Wilson. Take this way. I mean, so what's saying you know? I do like it's Renee. It's Renee is from Florida. So it's Renee has placed the most according to these estimations. We call Texas directors and leaders. But they are based in Florida. I think it's yeah, yeah, okay. They place them both in Texas. So they have the most experience, I would say, would include them. They would have what, 22, 5, with about 4, and a half $1,000 travel. I send back and forth to JD Consulting Council. It is, it's not like a legal company there, it's okay. The feature. What they are doing. Now, JD, I think JD seems to be doing. I want to fix now. And this, okay. So let's do S Renee, let's do JG, and let's round it out with Michael Volsey, because he's out of control. He knows us, he's because of us. That bird is from Texas. Michael, you don't have Michael? No. I have Michael. Executive Recruitment Services for the city of Marque, Michael Volsey, president. He's not even I'm sorry. Clear career profession is it's something that a fact. When he put his cover letter, he put the bank. Okay. Yes.
I was also looking at that for notes. There are items I like from other proposals by the various people.
Yeah.
And these are, we're talking about, in my opinion, just accept that these negotiation is not, right? So, it, I think it was good to have those here. Yes, they look, here's the things that we'd like to agree upon. And how would this impact the process?
So that would be JP, estimate, and it's up. The two companies, it just sound like you're saying, could I bring the bank and bring it down?
No, take what's part of that.
Okay, so I'm trying to say that you can do it. Council, 5:30, you tell me if I got it right, you got that wrong. Estimate, AG consulting and clear career professionals. That's not like, okay, I want to motion that those three we, 503, that we set up an hour workshop, that we would interview those three, for about, what we said, 15 minutes. Yeah, Ms. Andrews says, how I had a workshop where we say, plans to each firm. And that goes by activity words discussed each one. That should be the data on next. I mean, they part 4, part that is 4 and 5, break down the lower time. What will we that?
I didn't see my best friend there being maybe to push out to the 13th, but
What is that?
it's a 23rd.
Okay, yes. But the 13th is the case.
Yeah, it's the current conflict.
Yeah. So, that's the motion, yes, make that motion. Thank you. Okay, so the session. Okay, let's talk about then, vote, that is the figure 567, preliminary plat, approve the recommendation for the shop at the market preliminary plat, being plus minus 16, point nine acres, William K. Wilson, the survey abstract, number 208, Los Texas, PID number 759675, and 751 616. I believe this is the academy, situation that I associate has. So, very good. Make it way more, and there's one for the second step.
We finalized the
EMS.
yeah, that was fine. That was fine.
Okay, further discussion. Okay, now let's call question number 6, 8, finance committee. Considering recommendations from the finance committee. Those recommendations, have been, brought to us at tonight. There are, I think, 5 for council.
Yes, there's one recommendation, 10, right. It's,
5 recommendations, and you want to, what do you want to do with it that we should consider?
but some of the things that are additional that could be implemented or controls that could be of value.
So we're not just saying acting on these things.
Yeah.
We're actually on 5.
Recommendation, okay. Everything that the finance committee or perspective on the, right, aware of, things that the finance committee, after we've been meeting for several months, very important and made, their recommendation to move forward. As the city, help stabilize finance and make sure things,
Could you, or in about 2 or 3 minutes, those those 5 in layman's terms, so that our community starts to realize these recommendations are coming from our finance committee. Would you main obligations.
Yes, the right to me is, allocating the community, charitable student, or whatever you see, area investing, say, system, uh, culture, journey, the journey is a house member, and then it is, the university manager, and myself, and my most important.
So you're the most important member, right? So seven members and those seven members have the voting, and these are final recommendations. So you're gonna get into this in as layman terms as you can, so we all understand, yeah, in 3 minutes.
So for the first recommendation is, that finance reconcile all of their accounts. Just like you reconcile your things with an individual, because you have many things to do, many accounts, many different types of accounts. This recommendation will have all of those things. And that happen on a monthly basis. That is the first recommendation. This is the whole version. The second recommendation is a list of information and reports that should be provided to the council and in what frequency that should be provided. These include what's an actual, compare how much you spend for how much you budgeted to spend, detailed expense reports, declaration rates, one version of this or other versions of this that we can be provided. Investment statements to show how many of these investments are performing. The ones that are nearly conservative investment in policy as standard for all of these. The statement of cash flow, this shows exactly what's happening on the bank side. And what's the accounting reports are on the accounting side and what actually related to what's happening. Right. Statement of cash flow shows this is what actually happened. The actual to now, again, we'll start here. Now, on the account side, like, with those. Back in whether or not the spending more than bringing in that is your revenue for their conditions. And then the last is the balance sheet. This is about your assets and your liabilities, the things you own and the things you own. And tell you whether you have equity or negative equity. Good. That's how. Mostly what. That's the reporting recommendation. The third is for council to, in more significant detail, establish what the expectation is for balances and notably reserves and efforts. A lot of in there. That's what we're talking about. The fourth one is the expectation that the annual financial is a separate position for it about the required that it be the expectation that it's completed by the end of February, which is a full month earlier than is required. And the last one is that council should review in investment versus purchasing policies at least to require very important also that don't dictate some of the actions that occur.
Say that one time, that's
Sure. So the investment policy is sort of both in all of our investment costs, absolutely or not. That can be reviewed at least yearly. And then the purchasing policy denotes
what types of purchases and the amounts for the purchases that require different levels of approval.
And this is something that my experience has taken that we cover this important policy.
Yes. We want everyone to know exactly what the rules are. Thank you very much for the third part. The current question about that.
Any further questions for, this person as it relates to the five recommendations that the community that, considers tonight?
It was a combination of what part of the community, but it was originated by both teams and the students, whatever we see about 2 days. So it was sponsored events, groups, budgets, and scholarships.
Thank you, for all the people that were involved in that. There's a couple things that I'd like to add. We need to set the amount of fraud. It's currently when there's fraud staff in the city, it's up to our city manager to determine whether it's what you or what is going to be required. That needs to be set up by council. And I think there also needs to be a time frame for that. So I believe that we need to figure out a lower amount that's when we get it, and it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be criminal charges, but we can come up with an amount to do that.
So my recommendation we had is recommendation number 5 and creating a collaboration use for critical.
Issue with that.
Yeah,
Fraud based response reporting.
So I've done an hour and I'm ready for and
I did, say 30 days from
the time is
so what you're trying to get 30 days before.
We find out what's this.
Yes, we're having to do quickly this approach. No, so we're going to talk about it, what I wanted to do, and then take other steps for that. Having us create policies to do some of these things, later process.
So there is an anything in place now concerning fraud alerts and numbers. Yes, sir. So 2013 adopted policy for the city of Winter has some detail on that, but they have this settled that would be better to what for the civil revival. So we don't see it in the real time. Well, we don't see the old one to review this.
That's another responsibility.
Yeah.
The progress.
Here's my question. You said a dollar, you had that, you have a dollar. So this is a legit question. So are we, this is for us, are we restricted to a dollar amount that can be found in state law? That where state law says $50 is support of fraud, that are we somehow restricted? What do you comfortable with that?
No, you have to be the city to set whatever threshold it wants. And for example, Houston just found out that they were close to in theft for blank rules, selling on. So, now, and also with finding the dollar not having what after I should do it well. I think there needs to be a repercussion with it. And I remember when I called and I hear a few. Yes, we can very we can take care of the fuel issue by just getting so we're getting kind of fuel it is going to annihilate the fuel costs. Drop them so low, you're going to see
if you're spending 30 cents off of a gallon, from what you pay at home, you're gonna take the work, you're gonna pay for your pain. Or you can lose your house. There's car readers, everybody gets a car. There's a locker reading down there. It is on the probably right there. There's a lot of companies will just offer that for free to use their tank. So it's something that we talked about absolutely before. That's second, that's a very official conversation. But that's previously. I know the first one had more detail on the line. But it was something that you're absolutely happy to do. They may not use that and so really that is not and even if you purchase your tank with their $15, you purchase your tank, you're gonna get even a cheaper cost than comparison. At least you're not paying but it's a massive savings. We're just we can have a whole that was just the whole world. And that'd be part of it. By the time that it was outdated. And that's I mean it's just much less economics. Anyone else? First comment there. I'm wanting this is just a report. Are you suggesting we take any action other than just accepting the report? Certainly, we're having to do this before. I feel that's what we reality. You said yes, we want to move forward with this and asking the city manager to apply to it. Having said that, I'm going to take time to review the budget. It's not just you only have to right. That's what we want. And number two, I have previously communicated when we purchased the software, most of the software under the Affordable Care the software that was used, if we had the finance person, was going to work with Tim. We don't have that person anymore, correct? Right. Okay. But it was from the city of Corporate, and I'm going to email this to the city clerk. She can determine, and please, council, so that it's a template. Not concerns me on what this is state one is not getting monthly financial reports. At the very least, a profit and loss statement. We have enough in that regard. And I certainly that part of our situation we're in because we not received that report. We get these maybe quarterly or 6 month report. And the world is very fun. You always get millions of retreats and get millions of utility funds and other things. So I want to pull out what I feel that we need on a monthly basis versus a quarterly report. And a lot of these things too, that when you get this and take a look at them, those are reflected. But it's really also dealing with all the capital improvements that we have going on in the city. We get questions about that all the time. What's the work going on? What status is it? And the city of Corinth is a very good job of doing that in its financial. So I've got copies of it here. I'll forward that to you. Those things. Those are the things that the council members that we're interested for. Again, you know, yeah, perhaps increase just we are working on the go to get it fully up and running. I said I need a further find more. Yeah, I tell you the number of hours for instance, the voicing, stuff like that. So Yeah.
Let me just reply to this. I keep saying that. But, I would like to at some point, get that summary. These are the things that we found, this, and we dealt with one day. And we corrected these things. Because I'm sitting here hearing this and that, but I don't see what the items were that still look out for as we proceed down the road.
I'll it was in the next,
And I would love to see that out for the policy.
my goals for the demo, early.
And
You got that, you had it, build the background, it's not, later.
okay,
My concern is that that was unplanned. It wasn't a full scale. So some of us are down to asking to see like how much of the budget per month and what we actually spent. Something just as simple as that to get back, trying to get different accounts or whatever. Or something where an average person would be able to see who has safety was over, fire was over, and we didn't know that. So the costs are changing. And I know every city manager has a different viewpoint on the county and I agree with that. But it would be three of us to understand like the department that's over budget, I think we even know who's that department. And that's not the bad, right? That's just to say, okay, well, the service of president, this month, this is what. Those are the type of the simple things that we want to until we build, I guess, trust. Because we don't know we live upper back. And there's a lot of cleaning up that we've been doing. We want to be able to say that what problem is matching what we see. And I'm not, it just did that survey just now. And for the first time, we have to actually say about that issue. And I don't want to say that. I want to be able to say, and the first time, this is what it is, this is what's happening, because I've seen them. I realize, and I think this is about accountability, right? I mean, sometimes it's people who rent their own houses. Sometimes what happens is it runs. Sometimes it's low. But that, I was back to some good stick terms that I would like to see. I mean, and I remember one of the council overseers would say, I'm supposed to be getting this when you're not getting that. And so those are like so different work on the community because we need to be able to articulate everybody who's watching this work, guys. But because of that, gotta make it as easy as possible. And I know, thank you so much for your part time. I get it. My family said the answer. Like, how long do we know today? I get it. But what we're trying to do is clean out some things. As most cities are, a lot of cities don't have the parliament total money that companies are over for online and trying to make sure that the business are balanced. Right? So we get that more, a lot of things that didn't understand is getting it down to go to. So I get that, but I would hope on the summertime, city manager that we would be simplistic. Or we go, these are 2 or 3 departments that let's maybe this is why. And numbers. I mean, is that what you're saying as well? Councilman about making sure that it's clean, easy to remember. No, I think yeah. So every $700,000. Oh, okay. In one day, which we can imagine going. One day was spit out from the courts. I know we're still looking at it and all that. So I look forward to this. So that was okay.
This was in the report,
Right.
120. Right. Right. That's part of what they see that's going on. With all of that.
So my question is, you have that. That's what's
Okay. We're really hard to actually versions of some of our government applications.
So we'll be able to see what was on the budget and all of that.
That's what I think we're working on.
Okay.
Mhm. Um, I think that, sounds like it's true, we just do this thing. It sounds like we need about 2 weeks to digest it. We did the same thing with the, free magazine search, so many results.
There's no, we always just measure it.
We'll take it, let me say this right now, so that I don't forget, and let's have these go back into this, agenda, these 5 recommendations to the council. And or not. Those, council, there are 8, things to consider. They will not be on today's agenda. If, you are interested in one of those, 8, those 10 things to consider, as always, if you want to move forward on the agenda, by 2, plus, 16 hands, and the last portion, product, those things to keep in mind as we move forward, in the future. I think we talked about it was probably 60,000, so that should be less than 5 show. As a pretty question, I have 40, but other, question. And something I read, I believe, on the online information, I was to fund for, science community talking about it. They do police station over and building that. And I think that that is, slippery slope. So I think call it and do police building as if this is something that has been decided, and if this is at home that you want to consider it, right? Because, as far as my understanding, right, that is a temporary home that is designed to keep our police department safe, and conditions that y'all do. If it's anything other than that, I'm not sure. It would be so. So is it anything other than what I just described?
No.
Alright, so it's not the new at all. This is a new, just, to a space to accommodate our police department until we can move forward with a current now. Right, that's award $1 billion to a police department, to the union, and to make it to this community that support our relationship. Okay, so Mark, they should be established, and we're not using this.
Conversation is also. What that leads to.
You know, decide. Okay, you want to clarify that, I do what you meant, but sometimes we want to make sure that we don't want to. Without taking action tonight, the first thing we want to give out 2 weeks back for this, presentation. Find feedback for work that you have done, the work that you work with, survey is definitely appreciate the time. I see. I'm sorry.
Yes, fine. But I'm still, I didn't see it. I don't know. He looks, yeah.
First of all, I didn't know what was here before. Thank you. I have 6, 9. Early meetings, authorizing, the people working on this continuation, continuation, early meetings information for boards, commission, council, and daily meetings. I assume this is the Zoom platform, plans, and annually, you bring this back to us, because it is not a law, like every law that is right, it is a luxury. That we all, that I go, council, we can move straight to some sort of, motion. What's your motion? And what these, at the same, was the same,
The same one.
so that means all of them, is that right? All of them. Oh, it's not good. Yeah. Thank you. Put that down. You could say they didn't, they couldn't, you know, I see. They will, tell you sometimes. It's, the name was using the name Bush. Yes, yes. Say, he's on the section. Here you go. Alright. See that report, see that report, it comes from on the standard operations of the city. This report can be acknowledged and edited or discussed at the political council as always will outline. The statements of the report, council that we want to discuss, no, 7-1, flood reports. 17, 2025, the water report. That much, you know, that's the session. We can say a person who's on the work that will be hearing. Report. As always, the city clerk does not have a written report that she can see it and clarify. Right. There's, we can have a report. It's that. Yeah. That's why we guys and which joking on. And one Joe in his house. Yes, the report. And just, if I look at water usage, right? They're very modern. Well, it's part of the public works report.
That is for the council to elaborate this for when you want to go around the gallons for the water leaks, and that's what you're saying.
So the water laws, then, but the percentages that are in the report represent those numbers that are in the public works report. Is that right?
That would be part of it. But when you have water loss, it's also because you got infiltration, so you could have water leaking out of the pipes just falling into the ground, which is one of the ways that could happen because you're constantly on paper when we're flooding with the water is coming out. So the where you get the water loss percentage is what we show in the top, which is what we have.
And I remind everyone that we started all these three together, we were 60% water loss, with terrible pipe infrastructure, wall drains, and specifically district heating, from our original footprint, part of our original footprint of the city. And as a result of various grants, that we were able to start recovering that, reduce that, to where we're at 35%. As Karen mentioned, the 35% is still not even acceptable. Our goal is to get that down probably to about 15%, right? Which is for our city, with the end of the infrastructure or something. Something.
And we also did on the protection, the certain balance that we have, we'll be able to again help with this water needs, okay? And always be about that because you don't see it.
And that's the HVAC, the heating protection.
Yes.
That they do that.
Yeah, I guess so. And we're expecting today, the next week.
Okay. And how about that on this heat protection too? Where, I don't even think if you put an update on the software, if we were going to add to our access to our water bills for all of our water users.
What we think about it.
You should get the book.
I think the air knows.
I was like, I'm.
Okay, okay.
And then, oh, what's there, go like this. Is that I do see your, you're referring to this, memo, saying that your office is, taking responsibilities for the police department during the mission temporary, is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
We are, okay. Yes, ma'am, thank you. It's moved out of 75, and there's, good job.
Yes. So we taken the public works attended the Girl Scouts and Society, so that's what they did the kickoff of the meeting session. We had a swearing ceremony followed by meet and greet for Chief Franklin this Thursday. It will start at 4:30. I'll do the meet and greet for me and the community room. We have the Bronze Scout and Water Application. It's going to be Friday, the 13th. We have the notice of water and trash rate, we'll be sure next week, like, multiple phone calls on that one. Our new library director started on March 23rd, and we're very happy to have her. His name is Ashley Walden, and he does have his master's in science, so we can continue with the first. If you would speculate, the Texas Single Mark Chamber of Commerce at the cities, that's Thursday, March 26th. Again, at the College of the Mainland, we will have free trials, which could really be cute, so that if you got any girls, you can snap some family bunny photos that will be in the libraries. And the finance department is still has a series of ballot talks that will continue on. And we have beginning of March 30th, and we're talking about our primary budgets to the departments to put together and also a chance for residents to visit one of them under the city leadership. Heroes Village project is still the works. Happening for community is conducting site plan reviews, and they're talking about starting with 2 houses to begin and see how that works out. The work business Franklin and Shirley is April 11th. We're looking for volunteers. We'll have a both church walk off and shredding of public works. The I-45 construction continues as TxDOT makes progress, although I think people are having to go 5 miles to do. I'm not sure it looks like progress. But we are in contact with our TxDOT, their PIO, so that we know what areas are close to them, what we're going to be close, and we can begin distributing their information with the public. The police department building is currently being cleaned. So that will be open that probably about a week. And we did a closing on 1,600, we're actually going to do that on Wednesday, but we have that second million TEC that's transferred. And the Marque Public Library has been awarded a Texas Cook Fund grant totaling $1,500. That's my report.
Any questions?
We said March 26th is the same city at 11. I said is March 26th. That's correct. We'll have to take them.
There's no items for the executive session. Therefore, there's no actions from the executive session. We needed to be as an announcement. Mr. Harvey, you were here for a reason. Wait a minute. Hold on. The reason is that it was an issue with sound. So he could not hear us to be able to switch the person. We can not hear you to the spot. And so it's this process. And this is on. Because I'm trying to do things if you speak. I want to ask objections and maybe some. And I'm going to ask us to give you advice on the right. I mean, you have to do that's part of free today. Okay. All right, you know, we do that, we respect that confidence, and we respect the life of that. So, Mr. Harvey, one, I believe, respect, especially because of the technical discipline, I believe tonight, to client, remains, right, is speech. I am trying to allow the other to but before we do, then the objections from the council, as to allow the board members to consist.
It's not a problem, very clear that, anytime in the future, this ever happens, therefore, they can call back. Anytime. And they're allowed to. Having closed mouth over here. A little bit further meeting for, I think, why.
Okay. We can, love running, we must legalize that, before we see any other objections for now. Maybe we'll check these out and share what action we heard. It's like, we utilize this on this issue with the council here, before their first future. He attempted to speak earlier, he is now. Council wants to hear from. Thank you. This has been what it is. That he says that we actually it's we're looking this out that what was the party and that of the money that we last speak before he gets your time right to take this.
Rather than you're getting. I'm saying, so now that's what right. It's the government with the comment. And you gotta talk about the council hours about serious concerns of the public, especially concerns about the people health. One of these concern was for years the public has seen a growing pattern of behavior related to serious mental health concerns. Council has already had that multiple Facebook pages removed. Instead of taking responsibility for repeatedly violating Facebook rules, he likes to be, you know, I have nothing to do with it. That's the same time he encouraged people trying to report my pain you're taking me out. That behavior is deeply inappropriate, violates all of these or uphold the Constitution and violates constitutional rights to accept law and First Amendment. It also raises serious concerns about mental health and his judgment. Again, on his most recent Facebook page, which was recently deleted, Councilman Leonard purchased 90,000 overseas Roblox followers and tried to present them as legitimate support. He is celebrating the 7 years of 9,000 followers in seconds as if it were organic growth. This wrongly behavior, along with all the recordings of my page, is wrongly the reason why his page is taken down. Councilman Leonard 30 days of First Amendment. He attempted to push an ordinance in the Marque and he declined to report the police. At the same time, he repeatedly tried to befriend my First Amendment Michael's friend, alternative against my strong First Amendment and the right to report police, and they have seen how much he hates those rights. They want nothing to do with immediately call me for after me laugh about. His own public statement also raised serious mental health concerns. Recently, he lied through himself trying to get funded at a Texas ranger and begin arresting people, including you in 48 hours. Statements like this raise serious questions about mental health and judgment. When it comes to taking this story about in the comment section, have over 200 comments criticizing his conduct. Many of those which were questioning his mental health. Again, regardless of if a neutral platform that does not block anyone from commenting. Yet, him or his friends tried to defend himself here. Finding that the order counseling every month ago to undergo mental health evaluations, he has still not complied. His continued public behavior only reinforces the serious concerns residents have about his mental health. Thank you. Thank you. Go to the doctor. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's go down to announcements. One. It's time.
Yes, sir. I've been here for about 9 months now. And March is my magic month. I'm excited that starting in April, we will be in District B for 3 months. Is that correct, Ms. Holly? Um, and I am assuming, I am taking for granted that all the things that we have been talking about these past 9 months is gonna be included in that 3 months time that we were spending in District B. I will tell you, I'm a little concerned. Um, about the things, but one of the things that I would like to make is I would like to see what you guys are planning on doing in District B for those 3 months. That's my plan. Let's move on to more, more, of course, correspondence from the city manager on what our staff is doing in District 2 for the next 3 months. And you want to share that with the rest of them. Okay. Very good. All right. We don't stop.
Yes, there's a constituent for this time, essential legislation that's begging to get a form from the city manager to actually give us a case or something that wasn't there, so although, we're trying to, I don't know why we set the critical process to just respond to the email saying, wasn't your fault. There's no such thing. It's your own process. Putting that instead of this kind of like, if you can please send that to the.
It's already done.
And then, there's like some propane and propane. Like what time's up to District C versus District Ukraine. And also to get how many linear feet of this one thing in this C when they're finished with that. And yeah. Here, Rosenberg got a gigantic, and I mean huge, big festival. And it was ridiculous. And they found, so what they do is, I guess there's an organization, and they go all over the country, and they're bringing these vendors, and each area, like, where Sharon has their own, click, and then that gets there is 1,000 down too. And so we were able to speak to some of those people there, and I was hoping we could all work together, to have to work with the different cities. They have a little bit plenty of room there, but they're probably 100 things raising that. Because they have so many things. But I think we could go to the city. People's, I guess, it was a lot. So we could work that out. I think it was hard and stuff in sharing it from this year. I was going to ask, there's somebody ready to the point that if we're not going to, we get people to come up here and they want to make all these false accusations and weird stuff for their YouTube channel for clicks and views. If we're not going to have to read the rules of conduct prior to the meeting, and if we're not going to follow the path, somebody said a lot of people for 3 minutes. So if we're not going to, we're going to let them do whatever. I think we should just get rid of the 3 minutes as well, and let them create their list of content on the YouTube channel for 5 to 10 minutes. If we're going to just do whatever, let's just release all of the barriers and be less going to the content. I think that 3 minutes restriction, you should just remove it. False accusations.
Yes.
All right.
go out to the family, police, I see, police officers as well. And then congratulations to the Marque basketball team that won to the semifinal game tomorrow. And first out for our 40 people free of charge at 5:30 tomorrow. That's Marque High School as they were playing in Richard City this week. And so we're asking everyone to go. And we're also moving into their school this week. They're on the last round for alumni of Marque High School on this Saturday from 10 to 1 for the Wallace Catholic Old School. So those of you that's your party that they're very, very excited about moving in. And we're excited about already there are over 700 students already. I think the school sits about 730 students. So people are moving there to Marque and one from Marque High School. So we're really excited about that. This is people rights so please stay safe during the season and let's help people safe. We'll back around taking discussion with the chief and district aid. Essentially, it's about some concerns that some of our citizens have brought to the meeting. This is the circle of around table with that issue. I would also like to know how many liens the city had on properties in District 8. That's the other one. That's how many liens the city had on properties in District 8. I am concerned about some of the comments that have been made about our city not being, statements about being told. And I have 2 or 3 people talk down until we see that. I said on these projects for 4 years, so that was something that I'm very, very concerned about. I don't know if any of us working or not. I think that was a good program we had to do with us. When we had the government services and they had told to me, it was better management in my opinion. I think that's something we need to look at again. Or just do research on it because we have it from the city. Our private attorney is inundated because we're going to the city. We may want to look at the previous model that we had before. Rosalie Street, I've got some residents that are pretty disturbed about water leak that keeps happening on Rosalie, as well as the recent apartment complex. So we definitely need to see something to that. I did get in touch with some sponsors for YouTube and the Life Community. People don't want to see that canceled, so I'd like to see us give a program that April. Sponsor we have to see the 250th anniversary of the 4th of July, and I just cannot even imagine that we can try to cancel that. So we've been trying to get sponsors for that. The question I have is for Meadowline and My Street, like the Lower Street loan. And I know it's on the list on my list, so I would like to know when that project will be started. It's been approved for that, so Council Lyra asked for the help. And then probably get a big that's true. We don't think that is it for paving or is it running? Paving. It is. And then we talked about the Olympics for the Western District area, and want to see that it's done if we can. There's a like I said, he talked to you, there's an easement with Center Point, and there's that are trying to come in and deal. But what's happening is people want to live in the city of the Marque, because if they move to West of the Marque, they have to go to the facility one of those to the Marque, you have to be here. And so I think we need to probably survey available there that could possibly build homes. But I was watching my kids as well. And I believe that is all I have. Stay safe. And I look forward to the next meeting. I do like the physical festival. Yeah, I want to hear about how that affects. And that's all I have.
Thank you, family, for watching for the project.
south. And, many of us, we look at here after the storm. So, those, the manual was, like, we're like, the noble system, is actually in, and yeah, it's the ones that are cheap, after cheap rust, and as well. And, I thought it's formally a member of this, not police department, but, and, so, it goes there. Uh, this is a request. We should make it very at night. Whenever stimulating, whenever two things, the issue of cleanup is continues to be a concern. I don't understand why this stuff. I saw the tree cutting company out there, a new one, trimming those lines that go by there a lot. It is done. And I think it's their responsibility as well to pick up the branches that are right there. So that's quite understanding what this is, disconnect this. But there are branches in those ditches out there. And when spring comes up, we're going to see more rain. And that's not going to be flow of water and the trees. The other thing too is an update when we start to drain our status is listed for our work to save our pilot volume to go on for our rate. That's the nine there.
The county's agreement, I'm trying to find anybody to let me know something about it, so I've called them to see when the county's agreement for the. Okay. Okay.
So those it could be our signature on there, on there. But yeah, we call it leather gap. Pretty sure I'll say come up. So we'll go from there. That's all I have to say. We go one thing for community work good for always your patience and how to work. Otherwise, God bless their country and God bless their guys in our own house. And we all know that's part of the deal. We don't do it. Thank you.
Let me go back on the council and staff. And apologize for the technical difficulties that we experienced tonight. That was pretty better. And most of them will. Usually a combination of old equipment and us trying to update that equipment and learn it at the same time. There's been a lot of mistakes. I do and so we take that, we accommodate and the staff for the work that they can do. We as constant as staff with programs to technical difficulties. Ms. Howard, it is imperative that we get text out to you at this meeting. There's, I can remember, months ago, there was complaining about how the high-qualified feeder filter system has been neglected by TxDOT. Work has been seeding the cleaning up of the work, the byproduct of that work has been lacking for months. And it's not only they can come from the lines and it's not about communities here. Let's say this, if we can do this periodically, once every 2 years, so they come before the council and they promise that they will accordingly show up at our meetings to visit with the community and ask questions. And that is followed by those times things happen. So we do to motivate you to stick to a quarterly schedule. I'd like to see them at the next meeting. So Also, we need to deal with code enforcement. Because inherently, what the expectations are of our community and of our economy. Is not necessarily lined up with the understanding of our code enforcement. We have to get on the same page because there are some of us that are expected to code enforce a certain behavior, certain service, and we want to make sure that things translated to them in a way that can be felt and understood. Along those lines, there needs to be some sort of system, some sort of working relationship, collaboration between code enforcement and code enforcement. Because we're at the same place, it's just different names of things that have been left or dumped on the side of the road. So that's house, is, elections, house, leaves, and trash, and, blocks. Good point. So we have a couple of Jesus maybe, a couple of community. And our course was not that they are doing a bad job. It is just that the tactic direction is clear. I'm excited about the open house as well as the gas in town. This is the culmination, the manifestation of our vote a few years back, our vision of what we believe our high school should be. And it is a validation of our taxpayer dollars being put to good use. So I'm excited about being able to be a part of that. Also, all of the 3 or 4 meetings in a row is like about these folks in these 4 weeks. And so it's how we have a new police chief, and that there is still an old community policing policy that we might be able to get this dilemma into the hands of whoever that community policing contact us. And we ought to be able to do it as well with short order. Once that police officer that's responsible for that neighborhood is when police orders, I can shoot. So that would be the one of the of course I have or two. I'd like to know that Chief Franklin is new, but apparently Chief Margaret is not. I'd like to have an handle of our safety city and I'm trying to report it. That is how it's run over the the situation is definitely one that requires special circumstances. There are families is people down there, we have some culverts that are being laid, and he is interested in listening to the deal about how they, because he is requesting culverts because of the issue with the sanitary sewer system. So my request is that we basically kind of answer these questions about the culverts that received, right? Because again, if they have like, I don't know the answer to it. Maybe you can't believe it, but I'm sure that you know the answer. I think you definitely support this challenge. That's all I have. If there's something again, thank you for your spending time. It's wonderful for if I further lesson, the same, all in favor? Aye. Thank you, Councilman.